How we doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here today. This is our afternoon little walk and talk, guys. Thank you again for being here. Hope everyone is having a good day so far today. We'll continue to have a great day. We're going to sit down and have a little conversation today. Hope everyone's in the middle of their day, beginning of their day, depending on where you are, end of your day, prepared for this next step, the continued growth, and the next segment of your life. Today, that's actually what we're talking about on today's walk and talk. Is we're going to be talking about how to get to the next thing. It's amazing when we look up and think about all of the ways and things, all of the ways in which we can be productive, all of the things that we can do. When we look at all of the opportunities that are in front of us, we have to make sure that we're keeping in mind, one, these opportunities require us to participate. We're not making this trip, this journey. We're not achieving this success. We're not meeting our goals without being productive in them, without being active in that process. There are so many people who believe that, oh, well, I'm just waiting for something to happen. And they keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting. It really requires attention, action, determination, and working towards the goal to see the goal be achieved. Thank you so much for being here again this afternoon, guys. I want to appreciate you for checking in, being a part of today's live, and I hope you enjoy what our discussion is going to be today. We're really talking about how 90 days can be the big change that your life needs. Monster, what's up? Yo, dude. How you doing? Good afternoon, Monster. Where you checking in from? What time of day is it where you are? Let me know where you're checking in from, guys. As always, as you check in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are. I'd love to invite you guys in and have you be a part of this chat. Dutch, okay. Deutschland, is that right? So it's night by me. It's nighttime. Late evening or early evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking in. Good afternoon. So I am here, United States. We're on the East Coast of the United States. We are here today on this afternoon walk and talk. We normally do the walk and talks in the morning. We always do the walk and talks in the morning, Monday through Saturday. But it's afternoon here. It is exactly 12:05 in the afternoon. This walk and talk is scheduled for 12:15. So I'm in here a little early just to say welcome in. How are you doing? See if anybody wanted to talk. And we have Calisthenic Life. Shout out from NYC. Thank you very much for that. In the Netherlands, it's early night. Okay. Afternoon, of course. Morning. It's the morning for, what is that? Minor men? You gotta let me know which one is right. Is it minor men? If it's minor men, thumbs up. If it's minor men, the pray emoji. Sumit, welcome in. Kumar, how are you doing? Thank you, Master Vlog, for checking in. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member and subscribing to the channel. So today, guys, we want to talk this afternoon. We're discussing how 90 days can change your life, right? How 90 days can create massive change. And it's not one of these things where it's like, hey, 90 days and you're gonna be a millionaire in 90 days. No, it's about understanding that a year can be broken down in many different ways. It can be broken down in days. It can be broken down in hours, minutes, weeks, months. But when we break them down into quarters, which is a 3-month period, and roughly about 90 days, you have the ability to use discipline in that segment of time to build and generate significant change, to create a different way of living for yourself, a different way of behaving, breathing, and moving, and all of those things. Whatever life brings. Good afternoon. All right, lunchtime talk. It is lunchtime talk. Thank you for being here. Life, that's my wife, guys. If you see Life in the chat saying good afternoon, that is my wife. Please make sure you take a moment out to shout out Lady Bird and say what's up to my wife. Good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for being here. Now, what's up, Shira, KBC, Hustle and Drive. Thank you very much, KBC. So when we talk about being able to be out here and take part in our life, our own progress, our own process, our own growth, our own development, we want to make sure we're doing so in a way that is true to ourselves, that is true to an objective. That's why these 90-day periods are so big, right? So when we start talking about how 90 days can change you, this isn't something that's just like some catchphrase or something to try to sell you on a new workout program. This isn't something to try to convince you that you need to be a part of some group or to take some type of diet or some type of fad. That's not what I'm talking about when I talk about the next 90 days and how they can be very influential to you. So I wanted to make sure right now that anybody having any difficulty connecting with the stream right now and get a car? Pandit, thank you very much, Pandit. Make sure you contribute to the channel's growth. That'll help me definitely get a car. And we have Thiago. Hello, Thiago. His wife is using it. He has a car. Yeah. Thank you so much for your interest in seeing us grow. If you can contribute to the channel, it'll be great. It'll help grow the channel in so many ways, including adding transportation. So, how are you doing? So, when we talk about understanding about making changes in growth and improvement in our lives, like I said before, it's about 90 days. GS Army, hi, how are you doing? Bro, you from? I'm from the United States, guys. I'm checking in with you guys today from Maryland. It's the United States East Coast. So, what does it mean to have this 90-day change in your life? We talk about it a lot here. One of the major things that we talk about in here on B&V Finance Fixers is about, one, self-accountability. It's about the things that you have to be aware of about yourself and you have to hold yourself accountable for. Many people are always prepared to hold others accountable, to say that other people have a responsibility to meet a certain standard or to perform in a certain way, and then they don't hold themselves accountable in the same way. Oftentimes we can look at others and say, hey, if you want to achieve this goal, here's the investment you need to make. Here's the work you need to do. Here are the things you need to change. But then when it comes to us and we want to make those same areas of growth or type of growth in our life, we're not prepared to challenge ourselves in the same way. We're not prepared to stop hitting the snooze button. We're not prepared to hold ourselves accountable for expectations we set for goals that we want to see, right? So it requires for us to become stronger and to do more. That is important for our growth. Adrian said, hello from Vegas. I made my wealth off sports betting here. No nuts, no glory. That's getting out there, right? It takes time. Anything that you do is going to take time and growth. GS Army Company says, bro, in India, same news span to color or matter in US. I'm not sure what you're saying right now, GS. Adrian said, information helps you make money in my business. Information is valuable, right? Information will help you to start the process, knowledge, and then application, right? So the information can help you understand, hey, this is, here's all the information about this thing, right? And you can have all the information in the world. And this is what I mean about this 90 days. You can have all the information in the world that you need about a specific topic or a specific subject. And then you do not apply it. If you don't take the time to apply that information towards achieving a goal, right? Putting that information to use, you're wasting it. It's just falling to the side. That's the thing that we have to understand, is that for so many of us, we look at it and we say, hey, I've got all of this information. Why am I not moving forward? I've done all of this studying. I've gathered up all of this knowledge. Why am I not moving forward? Because it's not being applied. Even when you gather it, you're going to have to take the risk of saying, hey, I need to put it to use. I need to do something with it. What is that? Fighter in name? Kiwi Science. Hello, little kiddo. What's going on, little bro? All right, you put that in twice. How you doing? Adrian said, I agree. Knowledge and appreciation. Yes, indeed. So why is this relevant to us, guys? Why does this matter? Why is this important? Well, one of the major reasons why this is going to matter and why this is going to be important, one of the major reasons the way this is going to be applied and calculated in our life is simply by having the understanding that when we start this 90-day challenge that I'm talking about, how 90 days can truly change your life, we have to understand that what we're talking about is looking at an area of our life with accountability, right? And then start to work towards that with discipline. And discipline, one of the biggest elements of discipline is the beginning, which is repetition. So many people are confused and they believe that consistency is what is required in order for you to develop discipline. It's not. And that's why so many people fall off, is because you can't be consistent at something to which you have not learned to apply the skill, right? That's repetition. And repetition should not be graded. Repetition is just the process of doing something over and over again. When we think that repetition, when we think that consistency is where we need to start, we start to come down on ourselves in ways that we shouldn't, because we believe that you're going to be able to perform at a certain skill level or perform at a certain expectation level, and you haven't even learned the skill good enough yet. So repetition is the practice on how we actually acquire the skill to be able to do it, right? So what does this mean? How does this 90 days work? Well, we can break these 90 days down into 3 parts, right? First 30 days is repetition. Repetition will always be coupled with patience, right? So when you look at this first 30 days, I'm going to learn this skill. Because I guarantee you, I don't care what skill it is you're learning. I don't care if it's betting. I don't care if it's playing poker. I don't care if it's building cars, learning IT. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is you're doing, the first 30 days, you're going to learn something, and then you're going to learn something else that you didn't even know you needed to know until you learn the first thing you learned. You're going to go through that process over and over again. That is the repetition stages. This is the practice. This is where you go in there every day, and then you're like, okay, there's more for me to learn. Okay, there's more for me to learn. There's more for me to learn. And they'll get to a point where you're learning, and you're learning the same things over and over. You're building on them, and then you can identify, oh, wow, I'm actually growing something now. I'm actually achieving something. There is a grade. There are certain things that I can say to myself. I have expectations. I have things that I want to achieve, and that is going to require for me to be able to understand and respond to these challenges that show up, that I find and that I seek for myself, to be able to overcome those challenges and continue to grow. That is when we get to the consistency stage. Because what consistency is about, Consistency is about the ability to be able to set an expectation and meet it or surpass it. That requires a plan. So a plan requires you knowing how to do that thing, right? So first 30 days is learning. Next 30 days is developing the plan and implementing it. And those final 30 days is the consistency of building and achieving the goal. Now, when you work towards this, throughout this process, there will be challenges. There will be moments that seem like you can't move on. There will be times where you learn something and you thought you learned it the right way and you're like, man, am I missing a step? Is it something I forgot? What am I not doing right? Those things are going to help build you. That's called perseverance. Once you learn to persevere, which is the final pillar of discipline, now you have a foundation upon which you can work towards mastery. That's going to be key to achieving our goals. That's going to be a driving point. Debbie, hello. I'm great, Debbie. How are you doing? Glitch Retro, hi. It's me. How are you doing? It's me. Marley Jane Bird, hey. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. So one of the things that we have to understand, Tetra said, pop those jewels, showboat them receipts. I don't even know what that means. I'm too old to understand that. The dislike button, make moolah. I hear you, dislike. So when we talk about making growth, we talk about development, and I talk about these 90-day plans. What I'm talking about is when we see the beginning of a year or the start of a different season or the start of something, we want to be able to say, okay, well, here's what I'm committing to. Here's my New Year's resolution. Here's where I want to be by my birthday. Here's where I want to be by summer. We really don't. The reason people don't complete New Year's resolutions and the reason so many people are dropping off of it, I do not speak Hindi, I'm sorry. The reason so many people are not even making New Year's resolutions anymore is because they do not have the ability to understand the work that it takes to achieve it. And here's the biggest thing. For so many people, they don't understand what the expression work on yourself means, right? Because the challenge with working on yourself is that when you have to work on yourself, there's nobody else to hold you accountable. You have to hold you accountable. Welcome in, Kat from Bangladesh. Thank you for being here. So if the objective is for you to be able to grow, for you to see growth and development in yourself, for you to see yourself become bigger and stronger, if that's what your focus is, if that's what your objective is, if that's what it is you're trying to achieve, and you find yourself out here and you're not making strides or headed towards that direction, it's because you don't really truly know how. But that's fine because you're here to learn. The first thing you have to understand is you have to start with the appropriate expectations and repetition. I'm just learning. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to be consistent at something you've never known how to do. You can't put pressure on yourself to perform consistently at swimming if you've never learned how to swim. It's just repetition. Just get in the water. Let's just get in the water and kick. We'll get there. There's repetition. We'll improve. We'll grow. But you can't be consistent at something to which you have not yet learned how to do. And so many people expect themselves to be consistent from the onset that it tears them down when they're not able to develop that consistency, because they start to figure out there's so much about this I don't know. This thing that I've never done requires for me to learn more, and I'm ready to grow. You're growing right now is the learning. It's not the results. It's why so many people lose their shirts in the stock market. It's why so many people lose their shirts in gambling. It's why so many people lose their life savings trying to start a business. It's because they don't know what they need to know, and they think they can be consistent at something they haven't even learned how to do. This 90 days changes that because it gives you the 90 days to work on the pillars that are a part of discipline that will help you get there. The biggest challenge for most people are applying these pillars to themselves, being self-accountable for the things that they're doing, the things that they say they want to be a part of, the things that they say are important to them, and the areas in which they're growing. You cannot achieve any level of true development without going through the appropriate stages because you don't have a foundation. But luckily, getting that foundation is simple. Luckily, getting that foundation is something that you don't require somebody else's ability or knowledge or consent to do. Getting it is 100% on you, and you can achieve it. It's about whether or not you're prepared to invest in yourself to achieve it. I understand from the difficulties and the challenges that I had in my own life, the number of years I spent saying, okay, I just need a chance. I need somebody to give me a chance. No, you don't. Make your own. Oh, I just need somebody to see how hard I'm working. No, you don't. Keep working. Stop waiting for somebody to hand you something that you can walk into the door and take ownership of. And it starts with your own life. Stop waiting for someone to tell you what you need to do next. Go do the next thing. And if the next thing is learning what the next thing is, do that. And this is how we take control of our lives. This is how we take ownership. And the thing is, for a lot of people, ownership is the last thing people want. I don't want to own my faults. I don't want to own my failures. I don't want to own my difficulties. I want someone else to do it. But in order for us to truly understand and grow from it, we have to own it. Cyberspace says, you're saying all this, but you was on live and smoking a fast blunt. I hear you, cyberspace. Freddie T said, I just want to lose weight right now. Right, I want to lose weight right now. Hey, Freddie T, if you still on here, start running. Start running, Freddie T. Run away from the kitchen. Run away from food. And let me know when you lose weight. Let me know, Freddie T. And here's the thing. It sounds like I'm joking, but that's the issue that so many of us have, is that we believe that there's got to be a way to do it right now. This is why they sell so many weight loss drugs. This is why they provide so many different stimulants, different chemicals, different, like all types of different options of, hey, 90 days, lose all your fat. I'm not telling you in 90 days you can lose all your fat. I'm telling you in 90 days you can build the discipline necessary to achieve whatever goal you want to achieve. The goal is going to take time. The discipline is how you get there. But until you learn to be disciplined, until you learn to set an expectation and meet it, the challenges will remain. It doesn't matter if it's weight loss. It doesn't matter if it's making money. It really doesn't matter what any of these things are until you develop the ability to hold yourself accountable for the things that you say you want. There'll be a gap. Who is that? Baphomet? Hello, Baphomet. What kind of autism do you have? Y'all are so silly. This ain't your typical airtime late stream. This isn't my typical airtime. I'm on the middle of the day. I'm normally on here early in the morning between 4:30 and 6 a.m. So I am on here at a different time today. Are you homosexual? I don't even understand the question. What would be the relevance of asking that question, Baphomet? I am not. Not that it matters one way or the other. Not that I need to answer any questions like that. But because I made the mistake of reading that silly question out loud, I now have to answer it. You got me on that one. Observer. Okay, listen. What are y'all doing? What is this chat doing? I'm literally standing here talking to you about growth and development, and it's like 100% trolls in the chat. Hey, Mahi Jr., welcome in. Guys, 90 days. 90 days. How 90 days can change your life. 90 days can change your life because they help you to establish discipline. They help you to be able to build on what is going to be important for you and how you're going to be able to change your life. Discipline does that. It doesn't matter if you're focusing on knowledge. It doesn't matter if you're focusing on losing weight. It doesn't matter if you're focusing on building a business. Discipline is required. And we are required to have the self-accountability, right? So we are required for being able to understand what our goals are, how we're going to work on them, and how we're going to be able to achieve it. That is what's important. And here's the thing. A lot of times the viewpoint is, hey man, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to have fun. Dude, that's part of it. Like, that's part of what it does. When you take accountability for the things that you do, right or wrong, it makes it so easy to have fun. It is so easy because at that point you're like, yo, I messed that up. That's on me. Listen, I need to do better, but that's on me to hold myself accountable for doing better. I don't have to go home and worry about it. I don't have to go home and think about it. It doesn't have to keep me up at night. It doesn't have to draw my attention away from the moments that I'm spending with my family, because I understand that this is on me. And if it's going to change, I have to be the one to change it. I don't have to talk about other people. I don't have to talk about other things. All of these things are going to be the way that we apply our growth to our life. So what does that mean for us, guys? Well, what it honestly means for us is that we get to a point where we are able to take discipline, and this is this 90-day period I'm talking about. First 30 days, repetition and patience. Don't give up. Don't fall short. Just keep showing up for whatever it is. Just keep showing it up. Listen, when people decide to come on here and be trolls, when people decide to come on here and to rage bait, like, it takes time. You could go into 100 chats and the people, man, some of them are pre-recorded. They don't even respond. Some of them, they don't even look at it. They got the camera turned the other way. So you come in there and you're like, man, I want to just, and you can't really connect at first. And then you get somebody like me to read that stupid question. And now you're rewarded. Now you're like, yay, I won. It takes time. It still takes repetition. It still takes patience. It still takes the ability for, once you get there, to develop the skill to become consistent. So now you have to be able to meet a certain standard, a certain level of performance. And then that builds that perseverance. Take 90 days to do that. The thing that you're trying to accomplish may take a year. It may take 2, may take 5 years. It may take a week. But what I'm telling you is, when you approach it with discipline, you exponentially increase the opportunity that you'll be successful. Homestead said, this is positivity. Thank you very much. Observer, yo, people, you can only change your life by not farting in the bed. Why, Observer? Why would you and achieve it and bubble? No, why? Why does this have to be this way? All I'm saying, guys, is look, I believe that there's great opportunities for all of us. I know there are tremendous ways to enjoy what we do. I know there are great ways for us to be able to go about living our life, and discipline is the key. It is, because discipline unlocks so many opportunities for us. Here's the thing, and I'll let you know right now, guys, for a lot of people, accountability is bad. Like, like, a lot of people are like, dude, I don't want to have to deal with the headache, right? Like, there are jobs, like, you can look at people who work certain jobs and they're like, yeah, I would take that promotion, but I got to deal with so much more. I have to deal with so many other things. Like, there's so many, like, I just don't want the headaches that come with it. That's growth. That's development. Trust me, if you want to grow yourself, if you want to lead yourself, and I don't mean just be good, because don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people who are doing great in life and have not taken on any leadership role. There are people who parents or the military told them, do this, and this is where you'll be. And they did that, and that's where they are. And they're like, I'm cool. Like, I don't need more. I'm not looking for more. But there are also many of us who are challenged, who didn't have the level of support or guidance. And we're at this point in our lives where we're like, man, I want to do something different. I want to be somewhere different. I want to grow and achieve in a different way. How do I do it? It starts with accountability and discipline. That's what makes this important, is because you take your lives out of other people's hands. It's no longer on your parents. It's no longer on your teachers. It's no longer on your boss. It's no longer on your friends. It's no longer on your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It's no longer on any of those people. It's on you. And the freedom and strength of knowing I live and die on my decisions. I stand on this hilltop on my decisions. You don't have to be sad anymore. You don't have to be hurt. You don't have to be tired anymore. You can just be. You just have to accept that where you are is of your design. Man, I don't want to be like this anymore. Then change. Listen, it sounds simple, and I know it's not. Hey, I just woke up and I was different. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you want it to be different, you have to choose different. You have to think different. You have to do different. You can't say, I want to be somewhere else and stay sitting where you are. You can't say, I want something else and not take action to get it. This is what I'm talking about. And this is how discipline works. This is how the next 90 days can change everything. You have to figure out what it is you're trying to achieve. Figure out what needs to be done for it to happen, and then start doing it. The Don Dada, Ned Flanders head, what is that? That's not even a thing, Don Dada. Come on. Michael, you say that in every chat. Okay, so you've been in other chats with the Observer. That's his repetition. His repetition is to show up in every chat with the same line. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome in. I think I got Kime and a Sharon. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part of the walk and talk. Guys, as always, when you check in, please let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know what time of day it is, where you are. And if you haven't done so yet, guys, please double tap, drop a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a way of saying, hey, I've been here. We need to take a moment, guys. We need to understand. We need to take and achieve the focus and the understanding of when we're developing ourselves, when we're developing our lives, when we're looking to grow ourselves and become stronger, we are responsible for taking the actions. The next 90 days could change everything. The next 90 days changing everything requires us taking on the mindset, the thoughts, and the energy to see it do so. Sharon, NYC, on lunch. Thanks for checking in on your lunch, Sharon. Hope it's a beautiful day where you are. Hope you're able to appreciate what we're sharing here today. As always, on BNV Finance Fixers, as you guys know, we're working towards monetization. We're currently at about 2,460 subscribers. So our next goal is 2,500 subscribers. We're hoping to hit that soon. As you know, as part of this growth, we're picking up some watch times. Please like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends. Let everyone know that they can come in, they can become a part of it. Look at my beautiful country. Look at my beautiful country flag. All right, K-Gons. So all of this is all about currently growing this channel, but it's about supporting you guys. It's about providing you with the information necessary to see you develop the discipline necessary, because ultimately what we offer on this channel is about fixing finances. It's about taking your finances to the next level, not just getting out of debt, not just building your credit, not just being able to handle it, but literally the ability. What's going on, Ryan? Welcome in, bro. Thanks for being here. Fable, what's going on, nephew? Hey, I've been checking you out, man. You're doing well. I love what you're doing on your channel, Fable. Keep growing, man. I'm doing pretty good, walking and talking right now. on at a different time. So guys, the thing that we have to understand, the thing that I want you to understand, and I want you to keep in your mind is that when you understand the use of discipline and you put it to work, when the channel is monetized, I'm going to open up new levels of education, new levels of engagement, so we can work directly and one-on-one in group settings to start to develop the necessary steps and plans to see you grow. Because it's not just about what I say. It's not just about what you look at. It's about the decisions you make and the things you do. And in order for us to continue to see that growth and development, we have to understand where we are. We have to be accountable, we have to be aware, and we have to work with discipline. Thank you very much for being here, guys. Viral Mod says, do you know Belle Biv DeVoe? What do you think about New Edition? Why, Viral Mod? Why? What? Okay, so you need me to say something about Belle Biv DeVoe in order for you to make an edit? Act like you know? Is that good? No, I can do a look away and then look back. So it's like Belle Biv DeVoe. No, you can't. I don't know if you'll be able to use any of that. Hey guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Thank you for taking the time to let me be a part of your day. As always, guys, remember, discipline, it has 4 pillars. The pillars are going to be, he's got me tripping on Belle Biv DeVoe. He said, damn. Listen, discipline is going to be repetition. You're going to couple that with patience. You're going to follow it with consistency to see it grow. And then perseverance. It's the thing that works on you while the other things work on the thing. And now, I just want to tell you in going, guys, thank you again for being here. If you have not hit that like button yet, please do so. Please take a moment, like, subscribe, share. If you haven't voted in the poll, take a look at the poll, cast your votes, and join us next time. And remember, guys, keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. Until next time, guys, God bless.